afternoon, everyone. Ponylover1989 here, and welcome to another reaction episode. Well, today is the first day of the autumn equinox, the first day of fall, and I ought to start wearing long sleeves. I ought to start wearing long sleeve jammies soon. Cause in the fall before winter, the temperatures might be like 50 or 30. I'm not really sure. So, do you remember my last reaction to the Super Mario Bros. Z Reboot? Well, episode 1, my reaction to part 1 of my reaction reached 10 views. Part 2 reached 9 views, and the final part has reached 15 views. And if you haven't seen my reaction to the reboot of the episode, check it out. I am now going to be reacting to the second episode of the Super Mario Bros. Z reboot, and it is called The New Threat. Here we go in 3. I'm not sure how many parts there are going to be, so anyway, my reaction begins in 3, 2, 1, and... not interested. Okay, he's gotta move it back to the... Okay, Alvin Earthworm. Nintendo?
Sega!
And Sega. There's the intro. Yoshi. Sonic the Hedgehog. Shadow. The Koopalings, Bowser Jr., Dr. Eggman, King K. Rool, King Boo, and Mecha Sonic. And Mecha Mario. The Star Spirits from Paper Mario 64. The intro was great. Episode 2, The New Threat. There's Mecha Sonic on the hill, just like in episode 2 of the original. Look at the scenery. Got the blue Chaos Emerald. That makes 1 emerald. Now to find the rest of them. Well, at Princess Peach's castle. The doors from... And that's Star Door from Super Mario 64. Thanks for inviting us into your castle, Your Highness. You got a nice place here. Very fancy schmancy. You're very welcome. It's the least I could do after you saved us. Quite right. We would have been in a rather sticky wicket if it weren't for your impeccable skills. Heh, no problem. You could say we were just dropping by. Jolly good show. Now then, care to properly introduce yourselves?
I'm Sonic.
I'm Sonic.
The Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, Mr. Serious Face here is Shadow the Hedgehog. No relationship. No relation. The pleasure is all yours. Splendid. Rest assured the two of you are welcome to stay here as long as you wish. Well, I appreciate the offer, but this isn't exactly a social call. In fact, if you don't mind, we would like to ask you guys for a teeny-tiny little favor. This matter doesn't concern them, Sonic. We shouldn't be getting these strangers involved in our problems. We're the only ones who should be dealing with this. I think it's a little too late for that, Shadow, old buddy. And in case you didn't remember, we're the strangers here. Besides, these guys know this world a lot better than we do. We could really use their help to find the Chaos Emeralds. Chaos Emeralds? Toadsworth, do you know what a Chaos Emerald is? Haven't the foggiest idea, Your Majesty. Master Mario, Master Luigi, have either of you heard of a Chaos Emerald? That's not surprising. The Chaos Emerald comes from our homeworld in another dimension. We had a little accident and transported them here to your world by mistake. We need to get them back as soon as we can. Fascinating. I concur. Please, tell us more about these emeralds. You betcha. Care to do the honor, Shadow, old pal? Sonic, we really don't have time for this. Okay then, guess you'll have to tell them the abridged version. But, okay, fine. Meanwhile, back at Bowser's Kingdom... Oh, the pain! I'm sorry, Papa. I knew I should have been there instead of that numbskull comic. It's not your fault, son. I was robbed of my victory at the last moment. That puny plumber would be a pile of ashes if it were for that... Ugh. Here you go, your injuredness. A big hearty bowl of blartail soup should pick you right up. Nincompoop, this soup is stone cold. Now get your useless pesteroid back into the kitchen and make it hot. It's so hard to find some good help these days. My liege, you're back safe and sound. I trust your brilliant plan to take out your nemesis was met with success. That's none of your beeswax, Baldy McNosehair. Besides, who said that you could just waltz into my throne without permission? Baldy McNosehair? How unflattering. I am formerly known as Dr. Evo Robotnik, the supreme scientific genius in the world. But call me Eggman. Pfft, Eggface or whatever you're called, you didn't answer my question. What are you doing in my throne room? Now, no need for the hostile tone, my liege. I was just curious if after your latest failure you would now be willing to consider my little proposal. Proposal? Sorry, old man, you're really not my type. Oh, hilarious jest, my liege. A real knee slapper. But in all seriousness, I am referring to my offer of an alliance. Oh, really? Tell me, Yolkman, why would I ever want to form an alliance with the likes of you? Because I have recently come across a detectable little nugget or information that will help destroy Mario for good. Now you're speaking my language, Eggplant. I'm listening. Behold, he got the red Chaos Emerald. Shiny? What is it? That, my reptilian friend, is known as a Chaos Emerald. It is one of the 7 miracle gems that originate from my home dimension. One of my drones recently happened upon it during a surveillance mission. If this one is here, then this dimension, that means the other 6 must be here as well. You certainly got my attention, Egg Fried Rice. Tell me more about these Chaos Emeralds. I would be more than happy to, my liege. The Chaos Emeralds are 7 mystical relics that have existed long before recorded history. No one truly knows their point of origin or who created them, but many have speculated that they were formed by the gods themselves. Individually, each emerald contains a near limitless supply of energy that can warp the fabric of reality itself. But if the power of all 7 emeralds are combined, with the power of the 7 emeralds, Sonic turns into Supersonic. The bearer will command the ultimate power and become unstoppable. Oh my goodness! Great galloping Galoombas! Could you imagine what would happen if that overgrown brute Bowser were to get his filthy claws on them? Unstoppable, you say? Could you imagine what would happen if an overgrown brute like me were to get my filthy claws on them? This won't do at all. We need to send out multiple search parties to find these things at once. Actually, it would be safer if we kept these things quiet. We don't want to cause a panic. Besides, I'm sure the 4 of us can handle this one, right, guys? The longer those emeralds remain in this world, the greater the risk of them falling into the wrong hands. So, what do you say? Will you help us out?
Oh, yeah! Let's go! Yeah!
Thanks, guys. I knew I could count on you. Let's move it! Luigi. And Shadow is just standing. This is a waste of time. Yeah, he has that emo ego. So let me get this straight. As per terms of this alliance, if I help you gather these emeralds, I will get out of it? In return, I will gladly apply my scientific genius to build you machines and weaponry beyond comprehension. Together, we shall crash those oppose us, and the Mushroom Kingdom will right for them. You've got yourself a deal, Omelet Man. Oh boy, new toys to play with. Koopa Brothers, front and center! It's the Koopa Brothers from Paper Mario 64. Your beloved King Bowser? Excellent response time, boys. I want you to scout out the Mushroom Kingdom, bring forth back any gemstones that look like this one. At it, dude. Let's go, bros. Oh, and one more thing. If those pesky plumbers decide to interfere, you know what to do. That's a reference to the Bowser Iris from Super Mario 64 when you lose a life. Settle then. Mario and I will scope out the west side, and Luigi, you check the other side. Sorry, I work alone. That's the title screen from the Mario Luigi Superstar Saga sequel, Superstar Saga's remake for 3DS. Don't take it personally, Luigi. He acts like that around. Oh, it's Yoshi! Luigi rides on Yoshi. Well then, everything worked out after all. You can call me Sonic. Good to have you on board, Yoshi. Alright, well, we'll meet back here in a few hours to present our findings. Good luck, guys. Meanwhile, what the Mario and Waluigi?
Oh, yeah.
We got board 4. Oh, is that your clip? What is that? Is that look creature that resemble a Pac-Man or whatever.